This is CPM Calculus, Chapter 3, number 134. For each of the following, find the second derivative with respect to x. Okay? So let's go ahead and look at A. Let's go ahead and look at A as y is equal to 8x to the power of 99. So we know the first derivative, we're going to call that y prime, is equal to, using the power rule, we're going to drop the 99 down. It's going to be 99 times 8 times x to the power of, we're going to subtract 1 from 99 to the power of 98. Okay? So you can bring out your calculator. What's 99 times 8? 99 times 8 is 792 x to the 98 power. Okay? So again, that is the first derivative. So let's go ahead and find the second derivative, y double prime. And again, we're going to use the power rule on top of the first derivative. So we're going to bring down the 99, so it's going to be 98. So 98 times 792 times x to the power of, subtract 1, 97. Okay? So let's go ahead and multiply 792 times 98. We get 77,616 x to the power of 97. Okay? And this is the second derivative in part A. Alright, let's move on to part B. Part B, we're given y is equal to negative 3 square root of x. So we have to first, to use the power rule later, we're going to have to first remember that this is the same as negative 3x to the power of 1/2, right? We're just changing from the root notation to the fractional exponent notation, okay? Then we can go ahead and find the derivative using the power rule. Y prime is equal to 1/2, bring the 1/2 down, right? Times negative 3x to the power of 1/2 minus 1. Okay, 1/2 minus 1 is equal to negative 1/2. Okay, that's just a little bubble work. Then you put in a bubble. So this is negative 1/2 power. Okay? Simplifying this, this is equal to negative 3/2 x to the power of negative 1/2. Again, we can multiply these two numbers, negative 3 over 1. 1 times negative 3 across is negative 3. 2 times 1 in the denominator is 2. Okay? So this here is y prime. Again, we're asked for the second derivative, so we have to find y double prime, which is basically the derivative of y prime. Okay? So again, we want to drop that power. So it's going to be negative 1/2 times negative 3/2 times x to the power of negative 1/2 minus 1. Okay? And that's equal to negative 3/2. That's the little bubble side. So it's to the power of negative 3/2. Simplify this. Negative 1 times negative 3 is just positive 3. 2 times 2 is 4. So it's 3/4 x to the power of negative 3/2. And this is y double prime, the second derivative. All right? So let's go ahead and move on to part C. Part C. Part C. Okay? Here we go. And remember, this is number 3-134. Okay, so part C. Here again, we're given f of x is equal to 2/3 x minus 6x to the negative 2. So let's go ahead and start with finding f prime of x. Before we find the second derivative, we need to find the first derivative. Okay, this one is just x to the power of 1. Drop the 1, so it's going to be 2/3 times 1 is 2/3. X to the 0 is 1, right? So just 2/3. Minus, drop that negative 2. Negative 2 times 6. X to the power of negative 3. Because we're subtracting 1. Simplify that, we get 2/3 plus 12 x to the negative 3 power. Okay? Again, we need to go ahead and find the second derivative, so that's f double prime of x. Well, here the derivative of a constant is 0, so this we get rid of 2/3. Then drop the power of -3. So it's -3 times 12, x to the power of -4, because we subtract 1 from -3. -3 times 12, we could bring out our calculator. It's just -36, x to the power of -4. So that is f double prime of x, the second derivative. All right. Part D. Part D, again, we find the first derivative, okay? The derivative of 7 is just a constant. We know is 0, so we don't have to write 0. -2 cosine x. Well, the derivative of cosine x is going to be negative sine x. So this is going to be -2 times negative sine x. Simplifying that is just going to be positive 2 sine x, because the negatives cancel. All right. F double prime of x is going to be the derivative of this. Well, the derivative of sine is cosine, right? So this is just going to be 2 times cosine x. And that's the f double prime of x is the second derivative of x. I mean of f with respect to x. All right. And that ends CPM Calculus Chapter 3, number 134.